Hello, thanks for joining my live. I don't think my lighting is right. I gotta get to, um, well, maybe it'll be okay. I'm not sure. I'm gonna see. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Thanks for joining my live. My name is Joyce Fields. I'm 81 years old, and I do these lives, YouTube lives now, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific time. I am a TikTok live veteran. I have done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives, whether on TikTok or YouTube. I came over to YouTube because TikTok implemented some more stringent community guidelines, so the violations are a lot tougher now. I felt like they restricted freedom of speech. So that's why now I'm still on TikTok. I have over 53,000 followers on TikTok. I'm 81 years old, and I never expected to get over 1,000. Hey, Honda, over 1,000 followers, let alone 53,000. And it's growing. I'm still getting new followers. I still post to TikTok every day, just about every day. And hey, Shells. Hey, Gilly. So I post to TikTok just about every day, but I now do my lives only here on YouTube. So the first YouTube live I did was on, well, here's the way it went. I stopped doing my TikTok lives because they were going to start implementing those new rules in September. So I did my last TikTok live on Friday, August 29th, 2025. And the way that the universe lined it up, the way God or whatever you want to call it, it just absolutely blows my mind. Then I did my first YouTube live the following Monday, September 1st, 2025. So, and I believe in signs, so I love the way that it just kind of put that together like that. So, yeah, no religion, no politics. That's right. Okay. So, I love doing these lives because I get to share the advice that I have lived these 81 years. And I tell my man that I live a virtually stress-free life. And that is the truth. And the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. So when I tell Pap that I live a virtually stress-free life, I share the way that I do it with all of you, everybody here on my live. If I can do it, y'all can do it. It is not difficult. The title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. A lot of y'all are making a lot of choices and decisions that make your lives a lot more difficult than they have to be. Yes, so but the advice that I share will help you to live a virtually stress-free life as well. No religion, no politics, okay? Your comment will be deleted, all right? So, no religion, no politics. If you do, your comment will be deleted and my moderators will take care of you accordingly. No religion, so don't talk about no Bible stuff, no Jesus stuff, and no politics. So, now, the advice that I share 4 pillars of advice. I don't answer questions. I share 4 pillars of advice. Those 4 pillars are pillar number 1, Develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that. But I always start with the toddlers. And if you are raising toddlers, 2 and 3-year-olds, and even up to 4, you'll want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Share the live, y'all. It doesn't cost you 1 cent to share the live. So, and it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe either. Now, that's pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3 is stay calm. And there is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You start losing your power when you become angry. And the way that I describe it is like when you're blustering and all animated and agitated and aggravated, just like frantic, okay? You're losing power, okay? Now, throughout my lives, I do what I call helpful hand visuals. And the reason why I call them helpful hand visuals is one of my lives this year, one of my TikTok lives this year, one of my viewers, her name is Jessie Knott, she said, quote, "These visuals are so helpful," unquote. And she was talking about the gestures that I do with my hands. Spirit gives these gestures to me. I don't make them up. And I do these gestures with my hands, and so that is why I call them helpful hand visuals. And I do them throughout my lives, throughout the pillars rather, and I do one in, or do a couple in pillar number 1. But when I get to pillar number 3, when I did the helpful hand visuals, and I said, as I said, Spirit gives them to me. When I did the helpful hand visuals, it blew a lot of the viewers' minds. And then, come on, y'all, share the live. What sharing the live does for me is it opens up the possibility that I will be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. And it doesn't cost y'all anything. YouTube says I have 31 people on here, and I'd like for each one of you to share this live to open up the possibility that I will be able to share this advice with a lot more people. So now as I was to what I was saying, when I did the live, I mean the helpful hand visual for pillar number 3 is stay calm. Stay calm. And when I did that helpful hand visual, it blew a lot of the viewers' minds. I did it for my man, and his name is Pap. So, well, some people don't care. That's okay. I don't expect to get everybody. No kind of way, do I? Okay? So, I'm a realist, okay? So, when I did it for my man, it blew his mind, and it blows my mind too. And by the way, my man and I have been together for 68 years. We have been together for 68 years. We have been married. We celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary this past June 3rd. And so we've been together for 68 years since we were both 13 years old, okay? Now I'm going to show you this picture. It blows my mind too, y'all. I don't take it for granted or think it's an old shoe or whatever, anything else like that, you know? So I'm going to show you this picture. We were 25 years old. This is 1969. We were 25 years old. Now, the next picture, I'm only going to show you 2 pictures. This next one is last year on our 57th wedding anniversary, and we were both 80 years old on this picture. Okay. Now, Pap turned 82 in September, and I turned 81 in February. I'm so happy to be 81 years old. Yeah, or 81 years wiser, as I was recently told. Okay. So, now, come on, y'all, share the lie. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's good, Shells. All right. So, like he turned 82 and I'm 81. So, but now, when I do that helpful hand visual for pillar number 3, it blew his mind too, and it blows my mind. And I'm sure when I get there, it will blow a lot of y'all's minds as well, okay? So come on, y'all, share the live. I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. There's not a guarantee when you share it that I'll get more people, but it opens up the possibility that I will. So now, pillar number 3, there are only 4 pillars. So now, pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anger, all of that stuff that, ugly stuff that could be inside of you. And I will tell you what those 4 words are when I get to that 4th pillar, okay? So now, back to pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat the pillar. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. I'm asking you a question now. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? Only 2. Some people will say, no, there are 3, like a neutral attitude, but no, you're not a vehicle. You don't have a neutral gear. There are only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude or a positive attitude. You're going to lean one way or the other. That's a fact. So now, here's the question again, and now YouTube says I have 40 people on here. Thank y'all for sharing the live. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate the follows, and I don't know if I've gotten any subscribers yet, but I appreciate that in advance, okay? It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, doesn't cost you anything to share, because I'm hoping that you will want other people to hear this advice, because it will help you to undifficult your life, for real. So, here's the question. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude or a positive attitude? Come on, give me some responses. Do you consciously think about that? Come on, give me some responses. And I want to address the trolls on here. When you do this troll stuff, and this is a new word to me. I'm 81 years old. It doesn't bother me. It really reflects on how pathetic a life that you are living. Because to deliberately choose to try to insult somebody or try to be cruel to anybody, that is a pathetic way to live your life. I have had trolls apologize to me, okay? So I'm not saying any of you will, but I am saying it doesn't bother me. It reflects on you. It shows your stupidity and your inhumanity. You see, it doesn't affect me. It reflects on you. So if you are even sitting there watching this live, thinking about trolling me with all of these insults and stuff that you want to put out there, it doesn't bother me. I feel sorry for you that you choose to live your life that way, and that's very sad. So now moving on. So 2 attitudes that you can have. I don't know if I saw some answers to the question. I asked you that question. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes, a negative attitude or a positive attitude? So come on, give me some responses. Do you think about that? Do you consciously think about it? Oh, thank you. Come on, give me some responses. Come on. All right, good. That's wonderful, Ryan. Give me some responses. Okay, thanks, Honda. Yes, you said yes. All right, Queen Callie, that's good. You're the ones that I want to talk to, that you don't think about it, see? Good, Aurora. Aurora Borealis, Northern Lights. Okay, yeah, I got two responses that said no. Wonderful. Now, here is the reason. I have rationale for all of these things. I'm all about a positive attitude over a negative attitude, okay? Think about this. You do not choose to have a negative attitude. No, you don't choose to have a negative attitude. Here is what I have observed, y'all. Listen to this. Check me out. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a choice that you make. It is a deliberate choice that you have to make. It's an on-purpose choice that you have to make. It's an intentional choice that you have to make. And if you don't make that choice, deliberately make it, a positive attitude ain't gonna come and sit in your lap, y'all. It's not gonna do that. You must deliberately choose to make that statement of that you want to have a positive attitude. And the way you do it is you write a program. You write a program. And the way you write a program is you say it out loud. You say it out loud. And here is what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat that. This is the program that you write and you say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. No, someone doesn't change it. You change your own attitude. Nobody controls your attitude but you. So that is the program that you write. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And set your feet on the path for doing exactly that, for developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay? So, there are only two attitudes, a negative attitude or a positive attitude. You're either going to lean one way or the other. Now, I am going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Okay? For real. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Okay? Now, here. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Negative attitude looks like. This is what it looks like. These are people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. In the meantime, what my hands are doing is a helpful hand visual, and this is showing all of these are positive elements flying through the universe at all times. Constantly, y'all, flying through the universe. They always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You see? They always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. When you write that program, when you say it out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. This is what happens. I'm going to count to 3 and show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. You see? This is what happens, y'all. You see what happens? What was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. You understand? You see that? Did I communicate that helpful hand visual clearly so y'all can understand it? Okay, come on. Give me some responses. Did I convey that? Did I communicate that clearly? Shows you how when you write your program, when you say out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, you raise your frequency, you raise your vibration. Positive forces no longer go over your head, okay? Come on, give me some responses. Thanks, Honda. No, your attitude should not change depending on the situation. Your attitude should be solid inside of you. That makes you wishy-washy if your attitude changes. Your attitude should never change. You have a positive attitude or you got a negative attitude. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. So, I'm rewinding. I have a lot to cover in 90 minutes, and I almost can never fit it all in. And that's why listen, y'all, my moderators will tell you this. When you type in these long comments, like 3 or more sentences, I most likely will not read them. I don't have time to read these long comments. Like I said, I got 90 minutes, and I barely have enough time to get in the advice that I want to share with y'all. That is what I'm doing. When y'all put in these long comments, I'm looking up here. I see the long comments coming in, or I see the comments, period. I see them coming in. But when y'all take the time to type these long comments, or paragraphs, some of my moderators call them. So I don't read them. But every once in a while, I will lower my eyes and read some of the comments, okay? So I do read some, and I take screenshots of some comments, and my moderators take screenshots as well, because I post them. So, but typically, y'all, I don't read comments that are 3 lines or more, so it's almost like a novel. It takes too much time. So I hope you understand that. I want to share the advice that I share with y'all, and I use every bit of the 90 minutes. As a matter of fact, I almost always go a little bit over. So, okay. So now, that's telling y'all. No religion, no politics, no Bible stuff, no Jesus stuff. Take it someplace else, okay? I don't have any use for either one, religion or politics. I talk to God all day long. And God ain't got no religion, y'all. No religion, okay? I don't have time for religion. So, now, and for those of you, I've already said this, those of you who want to troll me and say put some ridiculous comments in there, it reflects on you. You look real stupid when you say those kinds of things. It doesn't bother me. I'm 81 years old. My goodness gracious. It don't bother me at all. It makes you look stupid. So stop doing that stuff. Don't make yourself look dumb and ignorant. And I don't even know what other words to use. You're just dumb, okay? So now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. I'm all about negative attitude versus positive attitude, okay? So I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you, but you can change that at any minute in your life, okay? Now here are the words, and these words are like describing personality traits or personality characteristics. Thank you. So these are the words. anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Anger. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one who is full of anger, who is angry? That's negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Are you the one? That is negative. I'm going to come back to it. How about lies and resentment? Lies and dishonesty. The other one I'm going to come back to is resentment and holding grudges. Now I'm going to lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the one who lies, who is dishonest? That's negative too, y'all. Negative. Now back up to resentment and holding grudges. Somebody said that they're holding grudges against their parents. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to move on with, I'll tell you some examples later on in what has happened in the lives that I've done. I've done over 500 TikTok lives, y'all. I love doing these lives because I get to share the advice that I share, advice that I live. I'm 81 years old. I have been living this advice since I was about 10. And that's a long time, you know? So I know that it works. If it works for me, it can work for y'all. And my gift is the ability to be able to communicate from my mind to y'all's mind how I do it, how it's done. It's not how I do it. I'm going to be able to tell you how it's done. Okay, thank you. Thanks. So, resentment and holding grudges. So now, if you are full of resentment and if you are holding grudges against others, hey, Kyle, I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard before, and that is this. You are living in the past. You are living in the past because you are holding on to something that happened. Past tense, y'all. Past tense. There is nothing that the people who did it to you can do to change it. There is nothing that you can do to change it. You must forgive because you are holding on to, when you hold on to resentment, grudges, unforgiveness, anger, regret, guilt, all of that kind of stuff, those are what I call the uglies. And when you hold on to the uglies do damage to the person who holds on to them. You understand? The uglies do damage to the person who holds on to them. You must forgive, and it doesn't matter who it was or what they did. That is an absolute. You must forgive them, no matter who it was or what they did. Now, forgiving them does not mean you go back into their lives or they come back into yours. But that's a wonderful thing if that's what happens. If everybody agrees to that, that's great. So, but you must forgive because it is damaging you. It is creating what I call an invisible internal burden on your soul, on your spirit, on your cells, on your blood, on your organs. Now, look around you. Open your eyes. Look around you. A lot of people that you know that are holding on to unforgiveness, holding resentment, and holding grudges against people, a lot of them are on pharmaceutical medications. A lot of them have failing health. A lot of them are not aging gracefully. They look older than they are. So look around you. When you hold on to unforgiveness, resentment, hold grudges, and all of that, it damages you. It's not doing anything to the people that are that you're holding the grudges against and the resentment towards and unforgiveness for. All of that, you see. So do not hold on to that kind of ugliness. It damages you. You must forgive them. And as I said, I'm 81 years old. When I was a kid, there was no such thing as text message or voicemail or email, none of that stuff. But you can use those, any of those technologies to forgive the people. Email them, text message them, or whatever, letting them know you forgive them. But if you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them, thank you, you can forgive them by saying it out loud to the universe. For real. And I'm going to tell you exactly how you do it. And I'm going to give you 4 examples of people that have used the advice. That's a whole lot more than that, but these are the 4 that I recall, and that are, I think, the most impactful, okay? So you can say it out loud to the universe if you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them. You see? If you don't want to text message them that you forgive them, if you don't want to email them that you forgive them, you see, you can say it out loud to the universe. And I have a question for you. Are you consciously aware of the fact that the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened to you? Do you think about that? If you're holding resentment or holding grudges, all of those, the universe was there when it happened to you. Now, I have another question for you. I want to ask you this question. Do you or are you consciously aware of the fact that God or the higher power or whatever you call it sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, and reads your thoughts right now? Come on, give me some responses. Are you consciously aware of that? Did I bring that to the forefront of your mind? Okay, good, Aurora. You said yes. That's wonderful. Are you consciously aware of the fact that the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, and reads your thoughts right now? Come on, give me some responses. Okay. No Jesus stuff on here. Not allowed. Okay. Yep, I understand that. You say you forget. Okay. Okay. See you, Gilly. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay. All right. Thanks for your responses. Yes, y'all. Okay. Thanks, Gilly. So now, the higher power or God or whatever you call it It was there when the mess happened to you. Okay? It was there. It saw what happened to you. So when you say it out loud, it knows what you're talking about. It knows what you're talking about. And here is what you say. I say universe. You can say whatever you call your higher power, but I'm going to use universe. So here's the way you forgive, by saying it out loud to the universe. Universe, I forgive so and so. Thanks, Shantae, for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat that. Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. That's what you say out loud. And use your hand the way I use mine. That symbolizes your touching spirit, your touching the universe, or whatever you call it, okay? So I'm going to tell you 4 examples of what, it's not even examples, 4 testimonials, I guess you call them, of 4 people that have done that, just the way that I showed you. Okay, so example number 1, yeah, she's example number 1. She said, I forgave my dad like that, and I immediately burst into tears. Number 2, person number 2, she said, I forgave myself like that, and I immediately burst into tears. You can forgive yourself too. The universe saw what you did. You're not immune, okay? You can forgive yourself like that by saying it out loud. Now, the third one said he was a young man. The first 2 were females, and the third one was a young man. And he said, I forgave, and I felt my spirit shift. You see? Now, I'm going to get to the 4th one. But the 2 young ladies that immediately burst into tears, and the young man who felt his spirit shift, the reason why they burst into tears and he felt his spirit shift is because, like I was telling you, when you hold on to unforgiveness, when you hold on to resentment and you hold grudges against other people, it creates an invisible internal burden on your soul, on your spirit, on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on your entire being. And when you forgive, it's like the Shelster calls it a pressure release valve. And when you forgive, it goes psst. You see? Yeah. That's the burden that you get that releases because you forgave them. In some cases, people don't even know that they're carrying this burden. That's why they burst into tears. He felt the spirit shift. Now, the fourth, I told you I was going to give you 4 examples. Oh, good, Patty. So the 4th example is a young lady by the name of Patricia. Patricia had been watching my lives, and I've done over 500 TikTok lives, y'all. I love doing them. And she had been watching my lives, and I'm always talking about, I cover the same 4 pillars in every live that I do. But every live that I do is different. So she had been watching the lives, and she had been holding a grudge against her mother for, get ready for this, y'all. She had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. Over 40 years. So that's over 40 years worth of Mother's Days and all, holidays and birthdays, all of that stuff, over 40 years, especially Mother's Day. But now, this past Mother's Day, she forgave her mother before Mother's Day. And this past Mother's Day, they spent it together. And she came up as a guest on my TikTok Live. I'm going to see if I can post it here on YouTube because she came up as a guest on my TikTok Live. I found the post where she came up. And she shared with us what a wonderful experience it was getting back with her mother. So, and she came up and I got so full, it just warmed my heart that the advice that I share did that for her and her mother's relationship. That just is wonderful. So that's the fourth example. And when you forgive, yeah, people change. You could be holding a grudge against or holding resentment towards or whomever. And yeah, testimonials. Thanks, Shells. And they could be a person that you will admire and respect, so give them a chance. But if you forgive, that's all you got to do. You don't have to give them any other chances or whatever. Just forgive them and say it out loud that you forgive. Say it to the universe. I'm going to do it again. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. That's what you do. And you will notice something I ate, I guess. You will notice that your burden is going, you may have not even known that you were carrying a burden, okay? Oh, you're very welcome. I appreciate y'all. And just help me spread the word, y'all. I do these lives. I love doing them. Sharing the advice that I have lived, and my lives are entitled Undifficult Your Life. So now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you, that will guide you on your journey to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Here are the words: joy, first three letters of my name; peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, and the last word is faith. Yes, so those words will guide you. Now, when you say that program out loud, there are some people that say you say it only in your mind, but I say no. Joyce Fields tells you to say it out loud. When you say it only in your mind, that is one element. You understand? One element. When you say it out loud, that's three elements, y'all. Three. You speak it out of your mouth, you hear it with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche. You see? That's what happens. Three elements. Now, when you make that statement or write that program, you write a program and you say it out loud, you raise your frequency, you raise your vibration. You open up portals for good stuff to come pouring into your life. Y'all have all heard the saying about life is like a boomerang. What you put out is what comes back. When you have a negative attitude, positivity, spirit, inner peace, a negative attitude repels those good things. A positive attitude attracts them. Negative attitude repels good stuff. Positive attitude attracts good stuff. Makes sense. Think about it, and this is what I cause people to think about things, and it may be that you didn't think about before, and I caused you to think about things in different ways. So, like I was saying, a negative attitude repels the forces, the spirit, the inner peace. It repels. So don't develop a negative attitude. Don't keep reinforcing a negative attitude. And when you write that program, from now on, that says from this point forward. You see? So you can tell people in your family, don't throw up what my attitude was like yesterday. Don't tell me about how my attitude really stunk or stank or whatever. It really didn't smell good last week. So I'm saying from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. So don't talk to me about what my attitude was like. I can't do nothing about it. I'm changing it. You understand? You see? So any minute in your life, you can decide to develop and maintain a positive attitude. It is a choice. You don't choose to have a negative attitude. It's almost like it's a fault when you get one. You already, you're just digging a hole deeper and deeper for yourself. So come out of there and choose to have a positive attitude. And you can choose it any minute of your life. Now, I'm going to say something that I'm thinking what I've already told you. I told you about the words. Now I'm going to tell you about, I told you all about resentment and holding grudges. You should never hold grudges. It works against you. All right, so now I'm going to ask you this question. Before I ask you the question, I'm going to make this statement. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay. So, therefore, you live your life by a ratio. Nobody can live their lives 100% of the time positive. Nobody can live their lives 100% of the time negative. You live your life by a ratio. Therefore, you live your life by a ratio, okay? Do you know, I'm only looking for responses that say no. Did you know that you live your life by a ratio? I'm looking for responses that say no. Come on, give me some responses. If you've been on my lives before, then you already know. So that I'm not looking for any yes responses. I'm only looking for responses that say no. All right, good. Thank you. Come on, give me some responses. If more people, I guess, don't know that you live your life by a ratio. I'm going to explain exactly what it means and how you use it. Come on. All right, I think I've got enough. I want to be sure that I'm giving y'all the tea, okay? So now, a ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely, I didn't say can or could possibly or none of that stuff. It will definitely help you to better control your life. Yes. Come on, y'all, share the live. And I appreciate everybody who has already shared it, and I want you to continue to share it. I appreciate the likes and the subscribers as well. So thank you very much for everything. So back to the ratio. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely, that's what I said, it will definitely help you to better control your life. You are in control of your ratio. You set it, you can adjust it. If you set it too high, you can lower it. If you set it too low, you can raise it, okay? Now I'm going to show you by using my ratio. I've already chosen what it is. My ratio is 80-20. 80-20. Some people on my lives have chosen 75-25, 60-40, all of that, so you can choose whatever, it doesn't, 80-20 does not belong to me, you see, so you can choose 80-20 as well. Now, what my ratio means, and if you choose whatever ratio you choose, mine is 80-20. So 80% of the time, that means that 80% of the time, I am happy being in the positive attitude mode, okay? 20% of the time, I can be okay. I didn't say I was happy. You notice that, right? I can be okay with being in the negative attitude mode. 80-20. Now back over to the positive attitude mode, 80%. 80% of the time, it means that I honor the programs that I write, 80% of the time. Then 80% of the time, I do what is right, what is fair, what is honest, what is considerate, what is kind, all of those wonderful attributes. I do that 80% of the time. 20% of the time, I am okay with being in the negative attitude mode, but that negative attitude mode can never include three things. Three things. Number one, it can never include physical abuse. You cannot hit people. You cannot throw things. Number two, it can never include verbal abuse. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And number three, thanks to one of my viewers, her name is Midnight, she asked me to include tone of voice. So that's the third one. Tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So you cannot, number one, you cannot be physically abusive. You cannot hit people. You cannot throw things. Number two, you cannot be verbally abusive. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And then number three, you cannot use an ugly tone of voice with anybody. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So that is the way you use your ratio. Okay? Thanks, Jacob. Okay. So now, y'all know what a ratio is. I explained it. Can you use it to better control your life? Come on, give me some responses. Can you use your ratio to better control your life? Come on. Give me some responses. Oh, good. Wonderful. Thank you, Martin. Come on. Thanks, Kyle. Good. Okay. Can't reach everybody. Good. Good, Queen Callie. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Yes. See, told you. You can better control your life by using these techniques that I share with you, okay? So now, 80-20, I don't own it. You can use it. If it suits your fancy, fine. And then if it doesn't, then you can adjust it. My whole life, I live on the 80-20 rule, okay? As long as 80% of the time I'm doing okay, I'm doing okay, okay? That's what I see. At least that's bottom line, 80%. And then when I try to go up, then that's fine, that's great. But I only ever try to reach 100. No, that's out. I ain't striving for perfection. So now I'm going to show y'all how you can write a program to change any behavior that you have. Now the example that I use, it's not true of my behavior. And so I'm going to show you the behavior, and then you can use the example and place it on any behavior that you have that you want to change, your own behavior. You cannot change other people's behaviors, y'all. I think that's a big part of what's wrong with this world, people trying to change other people's behavior. You can't do that. And when you're trying to change somebody else's behavior, don't think that they're not looking at you cross-eyed saying, you should be working on your own self, okay? Yeah. So the world would be a better place if we all work on improving our own selves, changing our own behavior. Ask the people that you care about what you need to do to change your behavior. Ask if you respect them and love them. You can listen to it. You don't have to do it, okay? But you can hear it, okay? So now, here is the behavior that I'm going to show y'all. Oh, I am an honorary grandma to a whole lot of people, Stephen. Yes. Okay. So here is the behavior that I'm going to tell y'all that I have, which I don't have. Okay. And then I'm going to tell you the behavior. Then I'm going to tell you the program that I write to overcome the behavior. Okay. So now here goes. The behavior is I eat 12 cookies every day. I don't. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Here is the program that I write to overcome the behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. You see? And then tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies. And the next days, weeks, months go by and you're still eating 10 cookies. Now, what that means is 80%, using my ratio, 80% of the time, I will eat 10 cookies. 20% of the time, I can go back up to 11. I can go back up to 12. You see? But 80% of the time, I will eat 10 cookies. Try it again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Try it again, you know. So now here is some Queen Callie is saying she tried it with smoking. Yeah, so maybe I didn't try hard, and I said try it again. So I'm going to tell you what happened on one of my lives. It was one of my TikTok lives. This was this year, earlier part of this year. And this young lady, I posted her comment. I'm still on TikTok, y'all. I've done over 500 TikTok lives, but I'm now doing my lives only here on YouTube. But I still post to TikTok every day. I have over 53,000 followers on TikTok. So I still post to TikTok every day. And my username is JJ, the letter J, the letter J. JJ Fields, Fields, and the number 7. Okay? So I still post to TikTok, but she posted, I do screenshots, and my moderators send me screenshots of the comments and compliments that people make. And one of the screenshots, and I post these screenshots on my TikTok page. One of the screenshots said, she said this, she had an eating disorder. So she said, I used to eat 6 meals a day, then 5, then 4, now 3, thanks to her advice. And she was talking about the advice that I share. So she went from eating 6 meals a day to eating 3 meals a day using that advice, the example that I showed. I told y'all you can take that and put it on any behavior that you have that you want to change. You change your own behavior. You can't change other people's behaviors, okay? So now, I'm lining up my things that I want to share with y'all. I told you about your ratio. I told you how you write a program to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Now I'm going to show y'all, this is a helpful hand visual. It's like this. A positive attitude. Thanks, Kyle. You too. So positive attitude is like a plug you're sitting in your hand. You see, you got a picture, use your imagination. You see a big old plug, big like this, big old plug like this in my hand. Positive attitude is what it represents. And you plug it into your spirit. You plug it into your soul. You see? Thanks. Okay. So when you do that, and I love saying this every time, every live I do, it electrifies you. It electrifies you. Having a positive attitude electrifies you. It kicks you into gear. It kicks you into being a more vibrant part of your own life. You hear me? It kicks you into being a more vibrant part of your own life. That is what having a positive attitude does for you. It opens up so much good stuff for you. So try it. You'll like it, I'm sure. So now, I coined this quote many lives ago to show y'all the difference between a negative attitude and a positive attitude. Here's the quote. If you develop and maintain a negative attitude, you increase your chances for suffering consequences. Oh, thanks, Queen. Whereas if you develop and maintain a positive attitude, you will increase your chances for receiving rewards. Now, I always ask the question, which do you prefer? You want to receive rewards or you want to suffer consequences? That's a duh kind of question to me. Okay? So don't do that to yourself. And now I'm doing another helpful hand visual. This is a positive attitude. You're putting out positive. Positive is coming back to you. This is like a boomerang. Life is like a boomerang. What you put out comes back. You're putting out positive, positive is coming back to you. You're putting out positive, positive is coming back to you. Okay? So now I'm only doing this like this way, so you can see the conveyor belt. This is when you're putting it out and it's coming back. You're putting out positive, positive is coming back. That conveyor belt is as big as the universe. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Oh, thank you. Yes. So positivity is the way to go. Nothing positive, nothing good has ever come from having a negative attitude. Think about it. You need to change if you've got a negative attitude. And a change is like at the drop of a hat. All you have to do, you can change into a positive attitude any minute in your life. All you do is you write a program and you say it out loud. And here's the program that you write. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And I gave you a lot of tips on how you do that. Just try it. Experiment, you know. Experiment for 2 weeks. Just say, I'm going to try this for, okay, you can say I'm going to try it for 3 days or 2 days. I don't care how many, you can, whatever. Whatever suits your fancy, whatever floats your boat. Okay? Okay. Yes. So now, a positive attitude attracts spirit. A positive attitude attracts inner peace. When you have a negative attitude, this is a negative attitude. It's on lock. This is you in the form of inner peace, in the form of spirit, okay? You can trying to get through. You cannot get through when you have a negative attitude. It turns, okay? Positive attitude. Positive attitude. Inner peace and spirit. Here they come. Not only do they get through, they turn and encase your entire being. For real. A positive attitude is so much fun. it just kicks you into gear for being a part of your own life, for real. So being positive is the only way to go. And when you have a positive attitude, spirit comes to you when you have a positive attitude. Inner peace comes to you when you have a positive attitude. Spirit came to me and told me there's such a thing as outer peace. I was flabbergasted, y'all, when Spirit did that. Spirit came to me, and Spirit explained it. Inner peace can never be disturbed, can never be destroyed. Outer peace can be disturbed, can be destroyed. You see, outer peace, for example, okay, I'm trying to read this one. Okay. Outer peace, for example, if you're trying to sleep, trying to go to sleep, or you're trying to study, and somebody in the same room is making noise, or downstairs, or down the hall, or across the street, that is your outer peace. It can be disturbed, it can be destroyed. Inner peace can never be disturbed or destroyed. So now, if somebody in your family is doing something to disturb your peace, and it's typically going to be your outer peace, because inner peace cannot be disturbed or destroyed, you see? So when you have inner peace, nobody can disturb your peace. You understand that? So inner peace, you can't do that. But now I'm going to explain further. Okay. Farther is distance. Further is more in detail. Okay. So now, when somebody in your family, and it's usually somebody in your family that's disturbing your peace, your outer peace, always handle them with love and kindness. Don't handle them with aggravation, agitation, or anger, or anything like that. You tell them very politely, nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace. Now, this ain't what you tell them. I'm just telling you this, okay? Nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace. That includes your mama, okay? So now, I'm going to tell you how you deal with her as well, because you always do things with love and kindness, always. So if anybody in your family is disturbing your peace, here's what you say to them. You know, I love y'all dearly. I really, truly do. But when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Now, they are not obligated to change their behavior because you told them that. You understand? They're not obligated to change, but you are obligated to tell them, okay? Now, you give them enough time, and then if you watch them and then see if they change their behavior. If they don't, then that gives you the obligation to come back at them and say words to this effect. You know, I give y'all, you say, I told y'all I love y'all dearly, but I also told y'all when you do such and such, that disturbs my peace. When you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And y'all still doing it. I have no choice. I must protect my peace. So, and then I give y'all 3 options. Option 1, I must feed y'all with a long handled spoon. Option 2, I must feed y'all I love y'all from a distance, love y'all from a distance. Or option 3, I have to stop coming around y'all. You are perfectly within your rights to say any of those 3 things. Now, if it's your mama that's doing this, disturbing your peace. Here's your mama disturbing your peace. Now, all of these actions on your part take place after you have written that program that says, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, okay? So Here's your mama disturbing your peace. And here you are coming in getting your peace disturbed. And you tell your mama, Mama, I love you dearly, but when you do such and such, or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Now, your mama may say something like, what peace? Or you ain't got no peace. That's mama, don't bother her, leave her alone. But when you write that program and say it out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You raised your vibration. You raised your frequency. You see this, y'all? This is your mama. She's still down here doing it, but you are way up here now. You're not on this frequency, on this vibration. You're up here. You see? It no longer bothers you. Oh, you're very welcome. It no longer bothers you. You raised your frequency. You raised your vibration, you see? So that's wonderful. All right, so that is pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And you can choose to develop and maintain a positive attitude at any minute in your life. Okay? Okay, so now, before I go on to pillar number 2, I want to let y'all know that I am an author. Go to goodshortbooks.com, and the link is in my profile. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books there. My sister wrote 1, and I wrote 10. I call us the senior sibling authors. Her name is Anita, and we're both retired executive assistants. So the books are well written, well formatted, all that good stuff. She wrote 1. Her name is Anita, and she's 76 years old. And my name is Joyce Fields, and I'm 81. So we are senior sibling authors. She wrote 1 book, I wrote 10. And go to goodshortbooks.com, y'all, and the link is in my profile. The books are flying off the shelves, for real, because people are coming on to my lives, and they are learning about the books. The books will delight you, they will inspire you, they will entertain you, they will encourage you, they will motivate you, they will do all kinds of good stuff for you. There are 11 nonfiction. These books are all nonfiction, y'all. 11 nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile, in 9 different genres. And the genres are memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales. My fairy tale is nonfiction because it deals with a very serious subject. Bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. Yeah, so check it out, y'all. The link is in my profile. Now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. When your toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on a timer, give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes, and then do that several times at 5 minutes, stretch it to 10 minutes, still the timer. Do that several times, 15 minutes, still the timer. Do that several times, all the way up to an hour or more. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will also be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. And it's a wonderful thing to have a patient toddler. Let me tell you something. Okay, I don't think I have to tell you anything. You can imagine to have a patient toddler, and that's what you will have. Spirit came to me and told me, Joyce, you can show your viewers how they can teach themselves how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. So I'm sure some of you are interested. And so for this exercise, you will need a piece of paper and something to write with. And I'm going to count to 10 while I drink some tea. and give y'all some time to get that together. And so I'll be back and tell you what to do with the paper and what to with the pencil. Okay, so excuse me. Okay, now on that piece of paper, write down the time it is right now. Doesn't matter what your time zone is, whatever time it is right now, write down on that piece of paper. And put the paper away. And at some point, don't matter how long, you can wait. I don't care how long time. Try to guess what time it is at that point. Do that several times every day, all day. You will be teaching yourself how to feel time. What you will be doing is you will be zeroing in on the second hand moving. So you will feel time. Now, if you use an alarm clock to get up, if you wake up before the alarm clock goes off, try to guess what time it is. I do this all the time. I don't use a paper or anything to write with. And you will get to the point where you won't need it either. So come on, give me some responses. Y'all, can y'all use that exercise? YouTube says I have 39 people on here. Come on. Give me some responses. Give me some responses, y'all. Can you use that exercise that I showed you about how to use elapsed time, how you can teach yourself how to feel elapsed time? Thanks, Honda Accord. Thanks, Martin. Thanks, Rita. Thanks, Upcar. Okay. Yeah, good, Honda. All right, good deal. Wonderful. Yes. Okay, so now, if you are 10 years old or older, I want to tell you how you increase your own level of patience. You write a program. You say it out loud. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am teaching myself patience. I am learning how to increase my own level of patience. You see? That's all you got to do. Say it out loud. And especially if it's something that you are fiending for, make yourself wait. Especially if it is something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for. Make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, wonderful. That's a testament to how powerful you are, okay? Make yourself wait. That's all you got to do. And get into the habit of it. And you're going to start breaking a whole lot of bad habits, So you'll be the master of your own life and spirit and soul and all of that. Take control. Make yourself wait. Now, pillar number 3, stay calm. Come on, y'all. There's so much power in your ability to stay calm. This is calm. Okay. This is anger. You see? You lose your power when you start to become angry. Thank you. You hear me? You lose your power when you start to become angry. That's why all of this, you start blubbering and you're animated. You're aggressive. All of this ugly stuff. You see? So stay calm. That is where your power lies, in your ability to stay calm. Now, Spirit gave me these 2 helpful hand visuals. I was talking about staying calm, and when you're calm, oh, wonderful. Thank you, Honda. When you're calm, well, let me first say this. Spirit came to me in one of my lives this year. It was a TikTok live. And told me to use the word neurons in my live. I had never ever used the word neurons before. And so I had a vague familiarity with it, but I didn't know extensively. So, but Spirit came to me during my live and told me to use the word neurons. And I was talking about the neurons being calm. This is when you're calm, your neurons are like this. And Spirit gave me this other helpful hand visual. When you're angry, here's what your neurons are doing when you're angry. Look, y'all. Look at this. You see? Yes. So now, that was during my live. Later on that evening, that same evening, Spirit came back to me. Here's my hand. I was flabbergasted. I was absolutely flabbergasted. Spirit came back to me and said, look up what neurons do. I never would have looked up what neurons do, y'all. Spirit told me to do it. And so I obeyed. I looked it up. And this is what, I Googled it. And this is what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. That's why you can't think straight, y'all, when you're angry or frustrated. That's why you can't make good choices. That's why you can't make good decisions. Stay calm. That is the answer, y'all. Stay calm. Stay powerful. Look, here's calm. As opposed to angry. You see? You're blustering and blubbering and all agitated and animated and aggressive and all of that stuff, okay? You're losing power when you get like that. Can't y'all see that? Can you see it? People that, you look at the person who is losing control, they're losing power too. You see? So don't be like that. Stay calm. That's where your power is. So keep your power. Stay calm. Then pillar number 4, y'all. There's only 4 pillars. Pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, all of that ugly stuff that can be inside of you. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. Okay, Eileen, thank you. I'm going to repeat them. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. Okay? This too shall pass. Nothing in life is permanent. No situation lasts forever. No scenario lasts forever. This too shall pass. The next time that your mama is chewing you out or your daddy is chewing you out, they cannot read your mind. Remember those words. This too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. You see? So nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts long. So this too shall pass. I use it all the time. All right? So now those are the 4 pillars, y'all. I told you how you use all 4 of the pillars. Okay, that's good, Eileen. You thought 10 minutes had passed, it was 8. That's good. You don't have to be on the nose. A lot of times I'm like within maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and sometimes I am quite close, okay? So, yeah. So just keep practicing it, and you will become a kind of a, it's not supposed to be no expert, but you'll be good at filling elapsed time. It's about how long was that? Okay, so yeah, you see? So this too shall pass. Now, if you have enjoyed this live, if you have gotten something out of this live, I do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific time. Pass the word. You can do a video or a post telling people what you got out of the live, how you are going to use the advice that I share. So somebody can do something like that. That would be a wonderful thing, because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. No, I'm not on too early. People all over the world on YouTube. There's no such thing. I'm not on too early. This is what works for me. So, and I don't expect to get everybody. I'm a very real person. Okay, I can't get everybody. So the people that are on here appreciate it, and the people who come on appreciate it, and that's all I'm asking for. I live this advice, and I know that it works. And if it works for me, it can work for anybody. So I want to thank y'all for joining the live, and I always close my live down with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. And before I close it down, I'm going to go over the 4 pillars again. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I told y'all how you do it, and you do it by writing a program. And the program that you write, you say it out loud, and here is what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That's what you say. Positive attitude. I told you about your ratio. 80-20 is mine. You can have any ratio that you want to choose. So nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. Nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, we live our lives by a ratio, okay? Yes. Now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I told you how you do that. You write a program. Say, I'm learning how to wait. I'm teaching myself how to wait. If you're raising toddlers, I told you how you do that, how you teach them patience. Also, I highly recommend getting this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. Thank you. I had it translated into Spanish. Madre Docena. I don't speak Spanish, so. Oh, you're welcome. Now here, this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. It's 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire for real. Now, I say there are 12 ingredients. These are the 12 ingredients, and the 12th ingredient is patience. So that's why I talk about patience, and then that's why I talk about this book. Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. So if you know people who are raising kids, even if it's you, that's a great gift for them. Now, this is the book that I close my lives out with. My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages. Oh, thank you, Koki. Wow, that's wonderful. Glad. Okay, so just hang in there. Just keep your mind in the positive, on the positive path. That's all you got to do, for real. Always see the silver lining in every dark cloud. And I say that just about every live that I do. People look at the dark cloud, but they don't. You got to look for the silver lining. Sometimes the silver lining smacks you right upside the head, But Sometimes you got to look for it, but always look for it. There's always a silver lining in every dark cloud. Remember that. Now, here, my simple quotes to live by. I don't talk about no Jesus Christ on my lives. I don't believe in no religion. And if people on my lives here, stop putting these comments up about Jesus Christ, about the Bible, or about politics. Take it someplace else, okay? Thank you very much. Now, my simple quotes to live by. 90 pages. It's 167 quotes that I coined. And I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. Never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. Okay? I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates, and that's what I said. I didn't know I was coining a quote, and I don't remember saying it. But now I'm going to read y'all a quote that I do remember coining a quote, and I do remember saying it because it was for a quote contest. It was for a calendar, so they wanted 12 quotes. And I coined this quote and submitted it to the contest. It was for a calendar. And it won as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries. Here is the quote. I posted to social media. It's here on my YouTube and it's on my TikTok. I put it on Facebook. I put it on Twitter. Those are the only ones that I'm really on. There's too many, okay? So here is the quote. Oh, you're going to love these quotes. I put it on social media too, y'all, now to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. You understand? But do chase your dreams. This book is 90 pages. It's formatted 2 quotes per page. The quotes are in all caps and then separated by a black and white picture. The book is 90 pages. This is what's on page 90. The end. Okay. Now I'm going to open up the floor for y'all to throw out page numbers. Page number 6 to 89. And I'll read the 2 quotes on that page. Okay, throw out some page numbers. I'm waiting for some page numbers to appear. In the meantime, I want to thank y'all for joining the live. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribers or subscriptions. Oh, yeah, I'm 81. Can't wait to turn 82 in February. I just turned 81. Can't wait to turn 82. God willing, I'll see it. So, oh, you said 81. I'm thinking you're talking about my age. You talking about page number. Girl, I'll be all right. Okay. I tickle myself. All right, page 81. Queen Callie, I think I'm going to be okay. Yeah, I got it. Page 81 at the top. When you're in the hospital, be nice to the nurses. At the bottom of page 81, God made flowers in different colors, just like people. We're all beautiful. Can y'all live by those 2 quotes? What are some more page numbers there? Page 23 and page 9 and 23. Page 9. At the top of page 9, under the skin, we are all the same. So what's the fuss? At the bottom of page 9, if you're involved in a mess, look at yourself first. Okay, page 23. At the top of page 23, don't think in terms of tasks to be done. Think in terms of time to devote to task. At the bottom of page 23, to other people, we all are other people. Okay. Page 18. At the top of page 18, do things that put you on God's good list. At the bottom of page 18, today's children are tomorrow's teachers. Instruct them well. Okay, so this is my simple quotes to live by. Excuse me, 167 quotes that I coined. Sinus problems, y'all. You can hear it in my voice. And there was nothing, I didn't do anything to cause this to happen. I'm just breathing. We live in California now. So with the change of weather, it gets hot and then it gets cold. So my voice kind of comes and goes sometimes. So, but I'm okay. I feel fine. Okay, page 59. Hopefully y'all can understand what I'm saying. Page 59. At the top, listen to the advice of others. If you can use it, fine. If not, discard it and move forward. At the bottom of 59, feed the best parts of your spirit. Starve the worst. Can y'all live by those quotes? I want to thank y'all for joining my live, and I'm glad it happened, later in the live when I'm just about to go off. Maybe that cleared it up a little bit. Oh, I did a little bit. So I'm fine, y'all. Thank you for joining my live, and come back tomorrow. Use the 4 pillars. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Increase your level of patience. Stay calm. And remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever ugliness will be inside of you. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. Okay. Come back tomorrow, y'all. Spread the word. I hope to have more people to spread this advice to. Thank y'all. Later.